Hey, soul fam, Amelia Adair here. I hope you're feeling well and doing well. I'm feeling well. I'm doing well. We got a great meal for today. All right, so if you did your budget for the month and Starbucks ain't make the cut, you ran into the right video. So we're going to start with some fruits. We have some kiwi, some blueberries, and this is more of a milkshake, not really a milkshake, okay, because it's 10 times healthier. And we're going to have some sweet matcha powder, some green tea matcha ice cream, and whipped cream for later. We're going to say that whipped cream for later. All right. So fam, we're going to do this a couple different ways. All right. So the first way we're going to do this is we're going to slice up our kiwi. All right. And these are so simple to cut. All right. You would think you got to sit there and try to peel the fur off and get all. No, you slice it down the middle. Then you get you a spoon and you scoop it out. Boop, boop. You scoop it out. And these minis are usually already ripe. So it's not that difficult. I think the hardest part was kind of getting it out of the bottom part. So like where it's connected to the skin. So I think what I would have did differently was probably just cut the back off. Just because these are so juicy. Like you're going to see as you try to pull it apart, it's just dripping with flavor. And that's what we want, okay? We want all this juice, all this flavor in our milkshake, okay? That's what we're going to call it. This is going to be the healthy milkshake. A milkshake you probably ain't never had before. All right? And you ain't going to stop having it. So yeah, so fam, cut up your kiwis. I believe I used about 3. Yes, I used about 3. 4 was too much, only because the kiwis have a really strong flavor. And so you're going to see why we did this a couple different ways, because learning from your mistakes. Because I honestly made this up and I was like, which flavors would really go well together and give you that milkshake matcha flavor. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to mimic a milkshake without using high sugar, high sugar ice cream. That's what I was thinking, because this matcha Haagen Dazs ice cream has light sweetener. Okay, it does have sugar in it, it's just not like over sweet like most ice cream is. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna get into our matcha powder. So matcha is a great alternative for trying to get off of tea and coffee, because it gives you the energy you need naturally rather than like a Red Bull. You know how a Red Bull kind of like, I don't know how people drink energy drinks. So maybe because I already have high energy, that when I drink a Red Bull, I feel like I literally flew to the sky and I'm up there soaring, and it's just too much. Like it's uncontrollable energy, and it's just, I don't know, not for that. Okay, so this matcha powder is a healthy alternative, and you can see I'm putting it in a dish just for storage purposes. I don't want to just wrap it in the thing and it takes away its freshness. All right, so fam, so you can already see it. I was like, okay, this is it going as planned. I had boiled, because it's supposed to be 1 cup of water to 1 teaspoon, and by the time I boiled the water, so fam, it boiled out. So I was like, all right, let's make it work. So I just put in 1 teaspoon of the matcha powder and I just mixed it up, and just so it could be hot enough to dissolve the matcha powder, and then to cool it down so that we can use it right away rather than just putting it in the fridge and waiting. I added some oat milk to it to kind of really blend it out, because it's very potent this way, and it's honestly not enough liquid to get our milkshake moving. So we're going to add some oat milk to our milkshake. And milk and matcha is a very great combination. Like to drink matcha by itself without milk, it's kind of weird, So this is definitely a combo. All right. So then what you want to do is you want to put your fruit in the blender, and you doing this for the first time with me, so fam. I was like, you know what? Let me show the soul fam more of the reality, rather than more of the final products. And so when you do start doing something, so fam, the first time you're learning how to do it, it may not come out the way you have imagined it. Even if you pictured it so beautiful, so perfect, You did everything. You listened to all the steps, and you still get to, the project, and everything isn't really coming together. Continue with it. Continue with it so you can see which areas you need to add, subtract, and you need to fix, and sometimes the best way, most of the time, the best way to know for sure is to just go through with it, even if it's not all the way coming out right. I went ahead, I kept going, even though I started to have some doubt. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to make this beautiful milkshake for the Soul Fam, and they're gonna clown me because it's not really working as smoothly as I wanted it. So I was just like, all right, let's taste it. Let's see how it goes. I never really made a kiwi smoothie nor milkshake, so I didn't even know how it was going to taste. I just knew the kiwi was green and the matcha was green. This is exactly what went through my head. I'm like, and on top of that, so fam, not a lot of people use kiwi. Like, you're not going to go to a place and be like, oh, kiwi. Most places sell strawberry, banana, orange, mango. Kiwi isn't the number one choice, and I came to see why. It has a very bitter taste if it's not ripe enough, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna put some whipped cream on it. Like, so I was going through with this, all right, and I just knew, like, okay, the whipped cream is gonna add that flavor, and then we're gonna sprinkle it with some cinnamon on the top. Yep. And then I threw it back in the blender because it was horrible. I was like, all right, take 2. So we're going to add some sweet milk to it, and we're going to add some honey. And so this is the one little step I was missing. It's going to come together. So I went ahead, put it back in the blender with the whipped cream too, because I was just like, it's just whipped cream. It's not going to really have much flavor. And it came out a little better. I'm not going to lie, so fam. Like, I went back, I drank it, and then I was about to cry. I was about to cry because I was like, I got this matcha powder. Everything, the flavors was not coming together. What it was, so fam, is that it wasn't giving that matcha taste. It was just giving straight kiwi. So you know what? I drunk it. I went, about my day, and I was like, let's do it again. This time, let's take our time with it and do it in 2 days, because I think that was what it was missing. Was I wasn't really preparing my ingredients right. I didn't put enough matcha in the first one, because my water overboiled. So I was like, all right, I know for sure, definitely after tasting it needs 2 teaspoons of matcha, just so it can have that flavor. And on top of that, I need to have enough boiling water so it can dissolve properly, like this ingredient can be at its best. And then we're going to put it in the fridge overnight, not the freezer. And please do not put your glass bowls in the freezer. Okay? So this is our 3rd try. And you know what they say? 3rd time's a charm. And then I had more insight on the taste and what to really do here. So fam, like, I was like, oh, I mastered this. Okay? So then after I put my matcha in the fridge, I was confident. So fam, I was happy. I was like, yeah, today is the day. Today is better. Yesterday we didn't get there. Today we get in there. So same thing, cut up the kiwi. This time we're going to put them in the freezer overnight. All right. So you want to scoop it in your bowl and do the same kiwi steps as we did before. This time you want to kind of chop up the kiwi, not like really dice, just chop them in half. Okay. So I'm going to fast forward just so that we can really see what I did differently this time that really made a big difference in my results. I mean, a big difference. B-I-G-G-B-B-B-I-G-G-G. Big difference in the results, all right? So what you want to do is get your kiwi in the bowl first, right? Drop all the juice, anything that fall out, drop it in there. Then what you want to do is you want to put your honey in it so it can kind of sit on top of the kiwi and give the kiwi that kind of sweet flavor, so that when you do have the milkshake, it won't be so bitter to say, like it won't have a strong kiwi taste. So fam, you can have as much honey as you like. All right. Honey is a great alternative sweetener. Okay, it's very healthy for you. It gives so many benefits, and anytime you can use it, use it. All right, so I covered my kiwi with honey, and then I went in with the sweet milk. So it's going to give us that kind of ice cream alternative texture, okay, when we blend it with the ice cream. So this is exactly what I did. I just put the honey, the sweet milk, not too much sweet milk because it is sweet condensed milk, you know, the milk that comes in a can. And then I just put my blueberries on top. They were already ripe and ready, but I was like, they could be frozen, you know, and that'll probably give it a more colder taste. So while we wait, so fam, I just wanted to show you these headphones that I love. These are the Beats headphones, okay? They have great sound. You can really get into your zone without disturbing your neighbors. And I'll leave the Amazon link down below if you could check it out if you're looking for some new headphones to build your dreams with. All right, moving on. So the next day, so fam, the blueberries were beautiful. The kiwi was beautiful. The matcha was beautiful. It was all the way cold. It was just the way we needed it. It was, everything came together in harmony, and I was a lot more confident and happier about this result. Okay, so I was like, you know what, we getting it. This is going to work. You know, I was determined and confident. And so you just want to chop up your frozen fruit, and if it's too frozen, if you put too much milk, pop it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, not more than that, because you really want the fruit to be frozen. And you really want it to blend together like a milkshake, okay? Not like a juicy smoothie, okay? So milkshake is a lot more thicker. All right, so fam, so you put your fruit in there. Oh, this was coming out so perfect. All right, even though we say everything ain't perfect, it's okay to want it the way you want it. You know, it's okay to keep trying until you get it to your satisfaction. And we have to be okay with that. And perfect isn't the right word to use because nobody's perfect. Okay, just the way you want it. All right, so fam, so you want to go back in, put your Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And I do like Haagen-Dazs because I feel like it's the best kind of ice cream, meaning they don't supplement things for flavors, you know, like they do all the steps so that it can produce the best result. All right, and that's what eating rich is about, is feeding yourself the things that are better for you. All right, so fam, and then I also wanted to add a banana this time because banana have that texture that really brings fruit and smoothies together. And it also has the sweetness that we need. Okay, so add one ripe banana. If it's not ripe, it might not work out right. just a little pointer there, so fam. And then you want to pour your matcha in there, and then you'll have a little bit of the powder at the bottom. That's where you want to pour your milk. Make sure it kind of brings it all together. Mix that up and add that to your milkshake. And do 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 do. And for the grand finale, so fam, just know after try 1, after try 2, after try 3, the results was exactly how I pictured it in my mind. All right, so fam, so as you're working on your goals and you're trying things and it's not working out, take the result you get, sit down with it, cry if you gotta cry. If you a cry baby, hey, let it out. And then get up the next day and try it a different way. And 9 times out of 10, you'll get more than what you was expecting. And I was really happy with this milkshake. Like, I was doing little dances after I finished it. It felt more rewarding. You know, it felt like I kind of worked for it. It felt like I didn't give up on it. It felt like, okay, I'm not going to go run and Google a bunch of the things. No, I'm going to go grab my notebook and think of ways that make more sense with the result I'm trying to get. Okay, so fam. So then I was able to even put the whipped cream on better, because at first I was struggling with the whipped cream, like getting it to look a certain way. And so fam, try this as an alternative if you're craving those milkshakes. And thank you so much for tuning in. Amelia Adair here. I'll see you at the next win. Bye for now.